Welcome to the video about how to make your Adobe Spark video for your Astronomy 101 Planetary project. So at this point, you've already made an Adobe Spark account. If you haven't, you would need to start now for free at this location. But since you've already made that account, you can go ahead and log in. So go ahead and click on Login. And you can click down on Login with Adobe ID on the bottom of this list here. All right, so my email address is already in there. You might need to type in your email or your login information. Type in your password, and now we'll get started. So Adobe Spark allows you to make a video using slides. So just like PowerPoint has slides, we're going to make 2 slides with the images that you've picked for part 1 of your planetary project. So to start, there's this plus sign at the top, this blue plus sign. Go ahead and click on that. That means we're going to create a new project. So there's lots of different projects that you can do on Adobe Spark. Scroll all the way to the bottom. And at the bottom, you'll see these 3 options. We're going to create a video. So click on Create a Video, this red button. Okay, so now what's your video going to be called? This will be what the file is called. So go ahead and name the file your last name, your first name, and we're going to call this part 1, right? Because this is your planetary project part 1 video. And I put the underscores in there to make it more readable. All right, so hit next. So you have templates you can choose from to make your video, but we're just making a 2-slide video. So really, I think it's easiest to start from scratch. So go ahead and click on Start from Scratch in the lower part of the page. And it's going to give up our canvas area of how to make our video. So it's going to ask you if you want to watch this video for some quick tips. So go ahead and watch this video. It's just about a minute long. I'm going to skip it for now to get us going right away. Okay, so here's our canvas. This is what we have to work with. So it automatically populates your video with 1 slide. That's great. We're going to add a second slide, but I want to show you what this looks like. So at the bottom, you'll see a little plus sign. That's how you can add a slide. Here's the slide we're on. There's a credit slide, which is perfect. That's where we're going to put our references for the images or any other resources you use. And then there's this outro slide, which you don't need to worry about that. So how this works is each slide is going to have content and audio. And we're going to have a short video overall, only 1 minute. So that means you want to have 30 seconds or less for each slide. So you can see how much time is being spent on this slide in this lower right-hand corner. So in this case, 2 seconds. This slide is up for 2 seconds. So remember, the whole video can only be 1 minute. So we're talking 15 to 30 second talking on each slide. Okay, so step first, let's put an image on our slide. So you have your first slide. There's lots of options. So first, in the center, there's this little plus button. You have a choice of adding a video, text, photo, or icon. We're going to add photos because you've already found 2 photos of your planetary objects. So this week we're doing terrestrial objects, so I chose Mars. So hopefully you've saved your images, you've downloaded them to a folder on your computer so you can access them easily. So I'm going to add a photo, so I click Photo. Now notice over here on the right-hand side, you can upload a photo. You can use free photos in Adobe. So let's just take a look what that is. I could type in astronomy, for example. And it would come up with images that they already have available, which if I was doing Mars, I might like to use this image, and that's perfectly acceptable. But hopefully you've already found your images because you had to do that for your homework. So I'm going to go ahead and upload a photo. So click on Upload Photo. Now I've saved them in a file. Where did I save it? I saved them on a file on my desktop. There we go. Images for video. Okay, so I found my file folder. I have 2 images that I'm going to use, a Mars image and a rover image. So for my first slide, I want to use the Mars image. So click on the Mars image, and it's going to paste that photo right in. Perfect. Well, you can see it's a little cut off. So you can edit your photo by this little pencil icon. I could zoom out. Ah, there we go. Now we can see the whole planet. I like that better. So in terms of the look of the slide, you might say, well, I don't like all this blue background. Notice up here in the right-hand corner, you have some options. You have layout option, theme, resize, and music. So let's start with layout. So you can do full screen, which is what I'm in right now. You can do split screen, where it puts the image on one side and text on the other side. Okay, I'm going to stick to full screen, but you have options here. You can do whichever you would like. The theme is where you can change the color. So I have title chosen. You might choose this Elevate theme. You can choose any of these themes throughout here. I'm going to stick with the title theme, and I'm going to make my background red. Red for Mars, okay? So you can choose those basic themes. Now let's talk about music quickly here. If you don't do anything with the music column, it's going to put music in the background of your video automatically. So you can either choose to have no music by clicking off for music off, or if you click music on, you can change the volume of the music here. You can also change what kind of sound you want. Okay, there's all these different sounds that you can choose from if you would like some music background in your video. That really is up to you. So I will pick, let's just do something, there's lots of options in here as you can see. We'll do easy, relaxed, easy music, okay? And I'll keep the volume very low. All right. So now let's talk about the slide again. So we have our image. Now you want to record audio. So your homework was helping you figure out what you want to say about your planet. So I've come up with some talking points for Mars. Now remember, you only have 30 seconds or less for each slide. So you just want to have a couple main talking points for each slide for this video. The bulk of the information you've submitted on your homework. This is just to get us used to Adobe Spark and presenting our videos to the class. So you can add audio by clicking on the microphone button on the lower part of your slide. You hold the button constantly while you talk, and that's how you record audio. So let's see, I want to add some audio. So I'll start off by holding the button. Oh, I have to say allow. This is Stephanie Colby, and I'm talking about the fourth planet from the sun. It's the last of the terrestrial planets called Mars. You can see Mars any time of the night depending on the position of its orbit. And Mars rotates at almost the same rate as Earth, rotating on its axis, tilted by 25 degrees. It gets very hot on Mars, about 70 degrees Fahrenheit, a nice summer day, and it gets very cold, minus 220 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, so I just did about 30 seconds of audio there. So see, I couldn't say too much, but I could say just enough. So now you can see that I've done 28 seconds of audio on this slide. That's perfect. All right, so now let's make sure we add some text. Now you can add text before audio. I typically do that. I just forgot in this video. So to add content, again, we hit the plus button. So let's add some text. Okay, so I'm going to call this Mars, the red planet. And then I'll put my name on here, right? So you know that it's by me. So make sure you put a title and put your name on this first slide. Okay, so I'll leave that right in the center. That looks good. So that's my first slide. All right, now I don't want to forget to add credits for my image, right? So I use an image of this image Mars. So if I click on the credits page, I can create my credits in here. So I can add credits. Okay, this is just like your reference section. Now what I've done is I've actually created a Word document that already has my references laid out, which you've already done as well because your homework assignment was to have this done already. So this makes it really easy for me, okay? So my Mars image was this first image, okay? So I already have the reference. I'm just going to copy it by doing Control-C. And I'm going to paste it right in here. So if you click on the words here, it opens up the text box, and I'm going to paste it, Control-V. And there you go. Now I have my APA formatted reference right in the video, which is perfect. Okay, so now I have credits for this first image, and I have my first slide done. But we want to add one more slide. So to add a slide, click on the plus button down here in the lower left. Voila, it's added a second slide. All right, so now you have a second image you want to add. So go ahead and add photo. I'm going to upload another photo. This time I'm going to upload the Mars rover. All right, perfect. There's my Mars rover. So I'm going to add some text. So click on the plus arrow again, text. This is Curiosity. Curiosity rover. Okay, that looks good. So now maybe I want to move the text. So if you just grab the center of the text, you can move it anywhere on the slide you want. I'm going to put it in the upper left-hand corner. I think that looks nice. Curiosity rover. Okay, and then now once again, I want to add some information. So I'm going to hold down the microphone to record my audio. All right, so here I go. I'm going to record my audio. Mars has many rovers. One of the rovers, Curiosity, landed on August 6, 2012, and it's still working up there today. The goal of Curiosity was to determine if Mars was ever able to support microbial life. And in 2013, it looked at sedimentary rock and found that the analysis of the rock sample shows ancient Mars could have supported living microbes. This is fascinating. Okay, so there's my last little bit of Mars. So 2 quick little segments, no big deal. Okay, so now I want to add in my credit for this second image. So I'll go back to my credits page. I'm going to go grab my Word document. So here's my credits for my second image. So I'm going to copy. Oh, I can see I misspelled Caltech. So I'll put an H in there while I correct that. Okay, I'm going to copy my reference. And I'm going to paste it right below the first reference. All right, there we go. Now I have both references in there for my slides. Okay, perfect. So now you've created your entire video. It's 2 slides with a credit slide. So now you need to download your video and save it to your computer. So download the video up here. So click on download. And it's going to prepare your video for download and then download it to your computer. Once you've downloaded your video, you need to upload it onto the course Google Drive folder. This is how you're going to submit this video. These videos, I think, are a little too big for Blackboard to handle, and I didn't really want to even bother with it, so instead I just opened up a Google Drive folder where we can all put our videos on the folder in Google Drive and share them with each other. So you'll be able to see other students' videos, and we'll all be able to learn about the terrestrial planets together and what each of you thought was important in terms of talking about that in your short little Adobe Spark video. Okay, so it's just preparing the video for download. There it goes. So now it's going to download it. Okay, so there, it's downloaded my video. Okay, so before I play the video and show what it looks like, here's my video that it put it right on the desktop. Okay, oh sorry, nope, that's an old one. Or is that the one? Here it is. That's an old one. My bad. Just to confuse it, I'll say replace the old one. Okay, so there. I was in my downloads folder. I then saved it onto my desktop. So I had my last name, Colby Stephanie, in part 1. So then we want to add this to our Google Drive folder. So off of the directions, okay, this is just the directions for your Planetary project, the PDF format. If you scroll down to the bottom, you can upload your video onto the Google Drive course. So if you just copy this link, so I'll copy the link, go to a web browser. I'm going to go to a new web browser. I'm going to paste the link into the search function. And here we are. This is our Google Drive folder. So this is a practice one I was doing earlier. So you want to add your file to this folder. Okay. So you should be able to just drag and drop. So if I take my video, drag it right into the Google Drive folder. It's telling me I have a duplicate file. I say, okay, got it. I'll say keep it as a separate file. Okay, so now it's downloaded it right into the Google Drive, and that's where you'll upload your video onto this course Google Drive. Okay, so and remember, I found that course Google Drive just right off of the directions.